products or not supporting their networks and so forth and so on, and letting them know that we're definitely not going to stand for that. And then the other thing I would say is they also have a bunch of shows that come on that portray women as far as objects of, sexiness and so forth and so on. Unfortunately, it's very negative, I think, for the most part. They call them music videos. And they turn them on.
They were talking about flavor of love. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that whole music video thing, we don't, a strong black woman, where? Basically you're half Asian, or these days you're not even half Asian. I'm sorry, that's so late 90s. Now you're, everything but chocolate, and you're just making it clap. So, yeah.
You know what I always say? For one, the media aspect of this, the greatest preacher in the world is the television. And so with media, they've tried to reconstruct what a strong black woman is. And so that's why you see the movies with all the, the angry black women. I mean, because Sam Jackson was the angry black man, and he made millions off it. You know what I mean? So as far as the media is concerned, they said, you know what? That word is power to them. Let's, kind of like break the word down to mean something completely different and feed it to them day in, day out. Let's give it to them in the sitcoms. Let's give it to them in the movies. Let's give it to them in the videos. Let's break the whole word down to mean something completely different, and let the newer generation see it and watch it and adapt it and adopt it and say, well, yeah, I'm a strong black woman. I don't need no dude. I can go get infertile and pregnant. I don't need no black man. I can do this. I'm strong. Don't nobody pay my bills. I can say whatever I want to whoever I want. I can listen to whoever I want because that's who I am. So it's, I'm pretty much believe that the media has done such a great job with that, and the powers that be have really put and funneled a lot of money into it to break that down, as well as the, the structure of the black family.
Yeah, absolutely. I just, honestly, when you look at, the role of the media, to say that the media defines who we are it's actually an understatement. Basically we're just sleepwalking, and, the media is just putting these ideas and images into our conscious, and we're swallowing it and we're, accepting it. And, it's just, once again, the message is always, turn that TV off. Sometimes, just turn it off and just try to think for yourself for like an hour or two. You'd be surprised what thoughts you'd come up with and what you might start questioning. But, just getting back to that whole strong black woman thing, I have to say it saddens me. It absolutely saddens me. That whole thing what you were talking about, Arthur, where the whole mantra is, I'm independent, da-da-da-da-da. And it's just like, wow, like since when has it become a bad thing to be dependent on others? Especially as a woman, you are, the mother of society. You are the mother of your children. You are the mother of the next generation. You're the mother of the community. My God, you mean to tell me you don't need a man? It's really, really, it deeply saddens me. I wonder about this next generation of women of color. And not just women of color. I'm talking about, women, girls of all colors. Because let's face it, black culture or hip-hop culture has taken over the world. Really has. And
That's
you've
true.
got it now where we have become the dominant culture. And if you don't believe it, open your eyes and see. Hip-hop has really become the dominant culture. It has invaded American society at large so much that we don't even realize it anymore. I mean, you've got like commercials, with little cartoon characters rapping and things like that. Just just things that are just seen as, very contemporary and almost classic in a sense. Hip-hop culture has, transcended to cover the world. And so we're not just influencing the next generation of young black girls. We're influencing a whole slew of young women who admire black culture. And they're looking at the stereotypes and thinking, yes, that's what black womanhood is, So if you have, a white girl who admires black culture and has black friends, a lot of the time she's adopted a lot of the aggressiveness and the you're not going to tell me what to do in the same way as a lot of black girls. And so it's just like we've adopted it, we've swallowed it, and we're spreading it across the world. And I just wonder, what is it going to mean for this next generation? How are they going to have and keep relationships? How are they going to have relationships where, their children have positive relationships with their fathers? How is this going to impact our society and our ability to live together in harmony?
Well, that's a heavy
You know
question.
what? Yeah. You know what? I was just going to kind of go back to what you were saying with the single parenthood household. Like, there was just this strategy involved, and a lot of it has to do with unfortunately welfare. If you ever look at how welfare is designed, it's designed that there is no black male figure in the household.
Absolutely.
It's like, you have to pretty much remove that in order to get certain benefits.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of like what you use to strive and survive, so you can raise the kids and so on and so forth, and food stamps, and you can't include his income and so on and so forth. Like, he just cannot be in your household, and it's just this great strategy to keep that out. And then all of a sudden, we're just independent and, not in need of that. If we can come out of that realm, it would be a blessing.
Or, you have the women who on the opposite side of the spectrum who have master's degrees, they got PhDs, they got all sorts of degrees, and suddenly they can't be with a blue-collar man, or suddenly it's, we've got to be equally yoked. And since when did equally yoked have to do with finances?
Right.
Since when have we turned our relationships into financial arrangements? So it's just, the artificiality of the thing, I have a problem with labels anyway. And I just think when you adopt that label in particular of strong black woman today, even if you adopted it back in the day, it didn't seem like much fun to be a strong black woman, okay?
Right.
I don't even know why anybody would be wearing that on their chest. It's just like, something, basically a strong black woman means somebody who's been through a lot of shit and still going through it. And that's nothing to be wearing on your chest. Just a second, please. We've got a caller. Okay, maybe we don't. Okay, we've got my expertise on the board. We have two callers, and I don't know what happened to them. Hi, call back. Okay, anyway. So, I just have a problem with, and I put this on my website. I feel very strongly about, okay, we do have a caller. I'm so sorry. This person's been holding for a minute. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to close my face and let this person get a word in edgewise. Hi. Welcome to Inspirit Talk Radio.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Dominique.
What's up, Dominique? Welcome back.
Hey. Okay, so this is making me so very, very happy that this conversation is even taking place, and all of these points were great. I just wanted to briefly contribute to the last wonderful point that Danella brought up about how we, how this is affecting our relationships. From my perspective, growing up as a young black girl, you have two influences when you're trying to identify yourself. You have your environment and you have pop culture. You look at what's around you, and you look at what society tells you that you should be. And I'm talking about the 80s babies. I was born in 1985, so anywhere I want to say from the darn near 30-year-old to the 10-year-old now has been flooded, okay, with these images of